Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Barry Beat podcast, streaming live to 802 Scoop from the Inside Scoop Studios, Main Street, Barre, Vermont. My name is Michael Booten, and of course, we have Liam Hogan from Hogan Group LLC tonight. How you doing, sir?
Good. How are you?
I can't complain too much. I went to Legendary, I think it was yesterday or the day before.
Yep.
Got myself a nice maple creamy. Didn't make it up there today, but yeah. Have you had their maple creamy yet?
Not yet.
Have you been there?
Yes, I have.
Okay. You got to get their maple creamy.
Okay.
It's phenomenal.
Next on my list.
Next on your list?
After my haircut and,
Shaving your face off so
face.
that it makes you look like a 5-year-old?
I'd rather look young than old.
You look like a 5-year-old. Okay. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't look old. Let's talk about the weather since you're whatever.
What?
So we've got early showers tomorrow, highs of 68 degrees, not quite trike weather. Then we've got showers on Tuesday with a high of 76 degrees.
That's
so it's going to be
weather.
pretty hot.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's got showers.
Well, it'll cool you down.
It's an electric e-bike. It's an e-bike. Wednesday, likely rain, 55 degrees. Thursday, showery, rain and cool, 56 degrees. Friday, shower possible, 55 degrees. Then Saturday, possible showers, 59 degrees. And then Sunday, we're going to get some sun, maybe a little sprinkle here and there with a high of 62 degrees. And then Monday, sun and clouds, 65. And then Tuesday, 65 degrees. So
we're getting there.
Yep, we're out of the car warmer or car starter, so we can now bring our cars down to Yipes to get the car starter in there for the AC,
Right.
not the heat, because we're getting that point. So
Already been doing that.
already been starting your car to cool it down.
Yep. Getting a little hot.
Hasn't been that hot.
Yeah, it has. Like 65, 70 degrees is too hot.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
That's like roll down or put the top down weather. It is getting warmer, so people can start, preparing for their camping adventures out in the woods. You can go to Danny's RV and get yourself an RV in case you're one of those campers that can't stand a tent, which I would be one of those people. I'm not a big tent person. But you can reach out to them at 802-505-7272 to find out what RVs they have available. And if you have an RV that needs to be serviced, you can also reach out to them for that.
There you go.
But as you're going camping, or if you're going out in the woods in general, just make sure that you're not like messing with these little pods that the state of Vermont is dropping off. They're dumping all these little rabies bait pods. So they're about that size, and they're like a greenish yellow color. Obviously not something that you should be eating. Definitely not.
Not free candy.
No, they are not free candy. Would not recommend picking them up. Did you see the drug bust?
Yeah.
That's
Barre
insane.
City. Yeah.
On May 2nd, 2026 at approximately 12:30 p.m.
That was yesterday, wasn't it?
Yep.
Yeah.
Barre City officers executed a search warrant for narcotics and evidence of sales of narcotics along the 400 block of North Main Street, which was the Barre Manor. Officers seized approximately 19.15 grams of fentanyl, 40.178 grams of crack cocaine, 10.363 grams of marijuana, 12 sleeves of LSD blotter paper, which I have no clue what that is. Except for, I know what LSD is, but
Right.
$1,151 in cash, and a 21-year-old male from Hartford, Connecticut, not from Vermont, was taken into custody, lodged at the Northeast Correctional Center in lieu of a $250,000 bail. He is scheduled to appear in Washington County Superior Court on May 4th, 2026 at 12:30 p.m. to answer for charges of fentanyl trafficking, cocaine sales, and possession of cocaine and conspiracy. Go to jail for a long time because you're a piece of garbage. What am I supposed to say?
I don't know.
Am I wrong?
No.
Piece of garbage.
But
Comes up to Vermont, sells poison in our city.
Yeah.
Garbage. Absolute piece of garbage. The real question that I'm wondering, so if this was at the Barre Manor, right?
Mhm.
That means that somebody there is allowing him to stay there and sell drugs out of their subsidized housing.
I don't think typically it's public knowledge. I think people who sell drugs tend to keep it to themselves.
Yeah, but the person that's living there would know that.
True. I
Makes
don't
me
know.
angry. Makes me very angry. So the point is that
Don't sell drugs.
don't sell drugs, yes. But in all honesty, people that are selling drugs out of subsidized housing, they should never get a single dime from the government again.
Right.
Yeah, I'm a dick.
He had like $1,000. He could afford an apartment.
The hell are you talking about?
He said they seized like $1,000 in cash.
Yeah,
he didn't need the government.
Yeah, you're right. He doesn't need the government, but he's not the one that's living there. I'm sure it's a trap house.
Right.
It's really frustrating.
Yeah.
Really frustrating. There should be a law that does not allow you to. It's just wrong. Thank you, Susan. Susan agrees. They should not be able to have an apartment, subsidized housing,
Right.
while selling drugs out of there. Not cool. All right, so there is city council this week.
Nice.
Did you do anything with select board?
It was the week before my birthday. So they talked about Green Up Day, which I participated in, by the way.
Congratulations.
I got up 8:30 yesterday morning on a Saturday, got my green bags, and went out near the Maple Woods up on top of the hill past them all. We did that stretch, and then we crossed the street and did up from Shaw's. And then we went down, I think that's Crosstown Road. Right there.
I'll take your word for it.
But yeah, Green Up Day.
Good. Good for you. I have not done Green Up Day yet. I'm a bad person. I'm sorry. So is there anything on the dock? There's stuff that's on the docket for Tuesday night. I just didn't really take a close look at it.
No.
But there is a select board meeting on Tuesday. We got to get somebody that's like involved in the select board to give us an update. We'll have to work on that. Can you work on that? You live in the Barretown area.
I'll send an email to the select board members and I'll say, hey, come give us an update.
I think that's a good idea. For city council, Jeffrey Marr, who I think used to be a teacher at Spalding High School, I'm not positive, but I think so, is going to ask the council to put a Blue Star Memorial marker at Dente Park. Dente. I said Dente. Dente.
Thank you.
Dente. Do you know what a Blue Star marker is?
Nope.
Okay.
But I'm sure you're gonna.
I am. It's just basically a little sign
Yep.
with a blue star on it, and it says Blue Star Memorial, tribute to armed forces who defended the United States of America. And this is to, I believe it was World War II, I believe.
Nice.
Yeah. And then of course, Generations Vermont is working to create Central Vermont's first intergenerational daycare services. It would combine early childhood education, adult daycare services for seniors, and support for adults with disabilities in one shared setting, and it's up in Berlin. They're going to be presenting at City Council, more than likely asking for support I don't know if that's financial, but it's definitely, I'm assuming it's support for the project.
Yep.
Since people would be utilizing them from Barre City. And they're funded by federal and state funding. So, like I said, I don't think the city's going to be funding them, but I could be wrong.
Well, that'd be nice.
Well, it would be nice to have that. And of course, they're also going to be appointing a bunch of volunteers on Tuesday night. And so Amanda Gustin, Ward 2 city councilor, has been pushing this program, Adopt a Drain program. So they're going to institute that now. It's going to be $15,000 for 3 years. And they're contracting with, I can't remember the name. Oh, that's so terrible. I can't remember the name. It's some university out in Minnesota. And the Neighborly Barre Committee will be working on it as well. So I guess, I don't know. I don't really understand, one, why you got to spend $15,000 for a 3-year program, but I don't understand what's going on. My guess is like you pick a drain and you like clean it out, make sure that it's nice and clean, you know, although I probably should do that at my house. We have a drain that's definitely not.
Well, you should adopt it.
I should. You should adopt a drain too. 802 Scoop should adopt a drain. Raylene, get on top of that. The city is going to chip in $175,000 to the Stevens Branch Apartments project. So we're pushing somewhere around $2.2 million in public funding for that project down on Summer Street.
Nice.
Yeah.
Just a drop in the bucket.
Just a drop in the bucket. Most of that is from TIF money. So, and it's infrastructure. So it's not like, you know, we're dumping money into the, you know, the developers' pockets. And they're also going to be updating several fees. Super exciting.
You mean raising them?
Yes. Not by a lot. Not by a lot. You don't care about the city stuff. You care about the school stuff?
I know the state must have heard our comments on the roads, because I saw a lot of new pavement on my way in tonight.
Did you?
Yeah. On, what was it, South Main Street, coming down the hill.
You have that much of an impact.
I think, hey, I know last week we were talking about it. This week, all fixed.
See, things happen when 802 Scoop gets involved.
I'm starting to think so. Either that or it was strongly coincidental.
My guess is the
not a
coincidence
bump
on that.
on the road. I was like, wow, way to go, guys.
I'm probably going to lean towards coincidence, but you know, you can take credit for it. If
not a pothole in sight. I was like, yes. Strong work.
Good to know. So Liam's taking credit for it. So is that hole, that crater that's up by Hannaford's gone?
No, that's still there.
That's still there.
Collecting water. But one step at a time.
It also might have something to do with the fact that Tom Lozon, the mayor, was on WCAX complaining about how people's tires have been flat, and he's gotten 4 already flat tires.
So coordinated effort. We said something. Tom got on TV. He said something, and now it's fixed.
Yeah.
Good job, Mayor.
Good job. Good job.
Love it.
Vote for Tom Lozon.
Yep.
BUUSD's FY25 audit is not a clean audit.
Uh-oh.
Did you see that?
I saw it in the agenda.
Yeah.
I didn't see it anywhere else.
So the district received a qualified opinion on its governmental activities because the auditors could not get enough documentation from staff to fully test capital assets and accrued compensation. Qualified audits do happen in Vermont, including in some municipal and state level audits, but they are not normal clean audits. And I'm sure there will be lots of conversation tomorrow night about that. The audit covers fiscal year ending June 30, 2025, and auditors report is dated for March 19th, 2026. So it came in late as well. So the audit found a material weakness along with significant deficiency in bank reconciliations, but a material weakness because accounting records were not available. Auditors said staff did not understand or ignored repeated requests and uploaded information that was not useful. So, but the bottom line, which people need to understand, this does happen. It's not good. It's not good. But it's not like crazy outside never happening kind of deal.
Right.
The thing that folks need to understand is about this time, Ashley Young left as the assistant business manager. And she was the one that did a lot of the audit stuff. And about that time, the business manager was also in and out of the building as well. So that's the reason why it's like really weird. I don't think it was anything nefarious. I think it was just, Ashley left and then, the business manager was in and out.
Yeah.
But that's my guess.
And if it's nefarious, we'll find out more soon.
This is true. This is true. The only thing nefarious is the stuff that the board is doing. Just kidding. I'm just kidding. I don't think it's nefarious, but they've made a couple faux pas. Ever since, like the March meeting where they came out and they were like, let's do absentee ballots, which you can't do. And then like the whole call voters, which was really weird. And then of course, sending out the postcard that said that Barre City was going to go down in taxes by $342. Not good. Not good. But again, we talk about the budget. The budget that's going to be voted on, not this week, but next week, is a 2.73% increase, I think. Is that what it is? Let me take a look. 2.73% increase. But that's going to mean like a 12% increase in taxes. It's not the district's fault.
Right.
Even if we went for a 0% budget, we still would be going up. There's a huge disconnect between what the local schools do and what the taxes come because of the way that our funding formula is so messed up. So we need to fix the funding formula. It's not the school's fault. The other stuff, that was a mistake. But and I know that, a lot of people will say, well, I can't afford it. And that's a legitimate comment.
Yeah.
That to go to a 0% based on what we currently have for the funding formula, you're looking at a $5 million cut, which certainly does have impacts. So just something to think about as you go to the polls. It depends on where you are.
Definitely.
And that's May 12th from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. for Barre City. It's up at the Alumni Hall, which is right next to the Barre Auditorium. It's the building that's connected to it. And then Barre Town, it's at the Barre Town Elementary School.
You a first thing in the morning voter or you an after work?
I usually midday because I usually help out at the polls.
Gotcha.
But I used to do it in the evening.
Mm-hmm. I'm after work as well.
You're an after work person?
Yeah. 4 o'clock.
You should help out at the polls.
I should.
You should.
Yeah.
They'd probably let you do it.
Maybe if I don't get canceled after this, they might be like, "You're on that Barre Beach show. See you later."
I mean, we're not talking about the. We're not going to talk about the thing that would get you canceled, so it's not an issue. Town of Berlin on May 16th, the Berlin Pond Watershed Association and Berlin Conservation Commission are hosting an amphibian education day in Berlin.
It's like turtles and stuff.
Yes, that is an amphibian. Very good. Very good. They showed a picture of a salamander.
Oh. Well, they like water too.
Jim Andrews, author of the Vermont Reptile and Amphibian Atlas and Vermont Herp expert, which I don't know what that is.
Me either.
Sounds weird.
Yep.
I'll just say that. We'll get back to that, I'm sure. We'll visit the pond to talk about local amphibians and guide a field trip to look for herps in the wet. That's really weird. What the heck is herps? I'm not going to Google that because I know it will come up.
Yeah.
In the wetlands near Mirror Lake Road, an area just recently protected from impending development. Jim Andrews' presentation will be at the Berlin Elementary School Library from 10:30 a.m. until 11:45 a.m., when he will introduce us to amphibians of central Vermont and how to locate and identify them. A lunch break will be, bring your own food, of course, will be followed by a field trip to survey herps at the 12:15 p.m. at 1076 Brookfield Road. Parking will be available up Brookfield Road past Mirror Lake in the field, which will be marked. A backup date for really miserable weather will be the following Saturday, 23rd. Space is limited. To preserve a spot, please contact Nate Shamba at natsh2670 at proton.me. And the lecture is from 10:30, like I said, to 11:45 Berlin Elementary School, and hunt for herps at 12:15 at 1076 Brookfield Road. That actually sounds interesting. Herps part doesn't, but the other does.
Yeah.
You gonna go?
Maybe.
You could go and go live.
What day is it?
May 16th.
It's got to be a Saturday, right?
I assume that's a Saturday.
Otherwise,
but
people couldn't go to work.
Look at that. Yeah, so people can go to work. It's Saturday.
Saturday.
Susan says, very entertaining tonight.
Hey, I brought the entertainment.
She likes you. I think she likes you.
Aw.
It's because he looks like a 5-year-old, isn't it? She's like, oh, it reminds me of when I was, I had children. I don't know if he had children. And I don't know how old you are, Susan, so I apologize if I offended. But he looks like he's like a 5-year-old.
I'd rather look young than old.
Okay. This should interest you.
All right.
Because this affects you.
The herps interested me too. I really want to know.
I don't want to know why. It's not my problem.
I want to know what a herp is.
And she says, yes, Liam does. So he looks like he could be like a grandchild. So she says she's 65.
There you go.
You could technically be a grandchild, right?
Mm-hmm.
Technically, yes. So anyway.
You'd be close.
So this does affect you because it's the medical field.
Uh-oh.
Artificial intelligence is increasingly being used by Vermont doctors to improve patient care and reduce burnout, often in ways patients don't even notice. Tools are helping physicians handle administrative work like documentation, allowing them to spend more time focusing on patients. At organizations like University of Vermont Health Network, AI is already being integrated into daily workflows. While many see benefits, doctors are also weighing concerns about accuracy, privacy, and over-reliance on technology. So you can't talk to me about what your office does, but are you familiar with this concept?
Yep.
So I know that they're using them, like you go into the office and they'll tell you, hey, we're going to start recording you
Yep.
for this, and AI summarizes it and does all that stuff. In the article, which I think it was from Digger, they were talking about how doctors were also using it to diagnose people.
Oh, that's interesting.
Well, I mean, you think about the large language models, right? They
Yep.
are able to have all the information, whereas a doctor can't remember everything.
Right.
We at the company that I work for, we're really trying to get into the use of AI because it's the future.
Yeah.
People can be afraid of it, but they really shouldn't be. AI should not be something you're scared of. It's just a tool. It's no different than this right here.
Yeah. It's like when people were afraid of the internet.
Correct. People are afraid of the internet, and it's like, this is really good. I mean,
Or I remember when people were afraid of these. And
there's
now we
still
all
people,
carry around.
There's still people that are afraid of them.
Yeah. But
Which
they're mostly
legitimately they
right.
should be fearful of those.
They're mostly old.
That's not entirely true. That's not entirely true. Like, I'm afraid of kids touching phones. They should not have phones. But so anyway, the AI is being used a lot.
Yeah.
There was one person that said that the new folks were using it, and part of the education, the teachers were telling them that they had to do everything old school, and they'd have to learn the process, and then they would be able to use AI, which is the way that it should be.
Right. You should learn how
Because-
to do it, and then you can.
Correct. And then you use it as a tool.
Right.
It's pretty cool. I know that a lot of people are super afraid of it, and the privacy issues, which don't even get me on the privacy issues. We got a little comment to a thing for privacy.
Yeah, is it making its way through the state house privacy?
Yeah. We'll get to that shortly. But I love this quote from Sam Altman, which is, AI won't replace humans, but humans who use AI will replace them. And that's the key. It's just like, computers didn't replace people. People that use computers replace people that did not.
Yep.
And that's the same thing with AI. It's the future. It's the future.
Yeah, it's really interesting in the medical field. My job, we mostly use it for notes. They use it, and then it summarizes, and then they're able to quickly write their notes about whatever. But super interesting to watch and work on.
I love AI. I think it's amazing. It helps me with generating pictures. I can do videos. It's phenomenal, and it's something that it's the future, and it's not bad. It's a tool. That's all it is. It's no different than a computer.
Yep.
My opinion, of course. People may not agree.
People won't agree.
No, they won't. But they're wrong. Lawmakers are considering pausing new financial penalties for candidates who fail to file required campaign finance disclosures. After confusion over updated rules, the proposal comes as candidates and officials struggle with the changes in the system and uncertainty about compliance. Supporters of the pause say it's unfair to penalize candidates while the process is still unclear. The issue has raised broader concerns about transparency enforcement and how election rules are being rolled out. So, let me tell you something about this. I got the campaign, like wants you to tell you everything, right?
Yeah.
And it asks about whether or not you have stocks
Mhm.
and stuff. So I have a 401k,
Right.
and apparently not a lot of people have 401ks at the State House.
Really?
Because I mentioned that, and they were like, "You have a 401k," and I'm like, "Yeah."
Do you
I-
not work full time?
Get a job? Is that what you're gonna say?
No, not to the representatives.
Oh,
No,
but
no.
yeah, no, we were talking, and like I got a 401k because I put 20, 40, $50 away every paycheck.
Yeah.
And I've been doing that for about 20 years. So I
Adds
have,
up.
yeah, it goes up, but like this document, the financial disclosure is asking you to disclose that. And I'm like, that's kind of creepy. I don't know if people need to know whether or not I have a 401k, but
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not opposed to telling people. Obviously, I'm not opposed.
Right,
I just
yeah.
told everybody. It was kind of weird that it asks that information.
Yeah.
Like, because I'm preparing for my retirement, therefore my judgment on how I govern might be conflicted. I don't think so.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Do you have a 401k?
I do.
My goodness. You're a rich person then.
No.
Isn't that how it works?
I wish.
I was actually stunned when I was talking to folks in the committee about it, and they're like, "No, we don't have a 401k."
Really?
And I'm like, "Oh, wow. I'm kind of stunned by this."
Yeah.
But they own houses. So,
Or maybe they've already done their work and this is their retirement.
So there are a lot of people in the State House that are retired and don't have jobs outside of the State House. I found that out by looking. One of our things that we're going to be talking about, I did a little research and I found that out. It was very interesting. Very interesting. Stay tuned for that. So I have a lot to say about it. But anyway.
I would think if you were like actively trading stocks.
Yeah, and
that's what
it does ask.
That's what
too.
I went to, but
Yeah.
not a 401k. That seems kind of strange.
If you're actively trading stocks, it does specifically state that as well. There's two. One you do have to, if you have mutual funds, which my 401k would be a mutual fund.
Yeah.
And so I'm going to disclose that, but I don't have stocks. I also ask if you have cryptocurrency. You got crypto?
No.
No?
No.
I got crypto.
Do you have crypto?
I have crypto.
Nice.
I'm like loaded with crypto. You want to know how much I have?
$100 million.
My goodness, I would not be here right now.
Are you telling me if you were loaded with crypto, you'd quit the Barry B?
No, but I probably, I don't know. Oh, I can't tell you how much crypto I have.
Uh-oh.
That's unfortunate.
But 401ks are
But
mostly
it's like $300.
Woo!
It doesn't ask if I'm going to oh my $1 million. I wish. I so wish. I wish I had $1 million. Yeah, I wish I got in on crypto when it was early. That would have been amazing.
Bitcoin when it was $1,000.
1,000.
Yeah.
And it was like a penny.
Yeah, it was
10 million or 1 million.
Oh.
Either one I would love.
Yeah.
I would love either one of those.
Money would solve all my problems right now.
Yeah. I wish I even had like $1 million in my 401k, but I have less than 100. So, oh, well, regarding that disclosure though, I went to file my papers for state rep. down at the state's attorney's office, or not state's, the Secretary of State's office.
Yep.
I was incorrect. I had to do it at the clerk's office down here in Barre, but they told me that they didn't even have the forms yet. So
That's hopeful.
super helpful. That's probably the reason why people are pushing for legislation not to fine people. It's my guess. Vermont lawmakers are considering pausing new, I already went through that. The federal government has released delayed education funds owed to the Vermont school districts, providing relief after weeks of uncertainty. State officials say the money tied to pandemic-era programs will now reach districts that have been waiting on the reimbursements. The delay had caused budgeting concerns for schools across the state. With the funds now flowing, districts can move forward with planned expenses and programs.
Nice.
And there was a huge list. BUUSD was not on the list, but Central Vermont Career Center is expecting $70,000.
How does that work with if the local school district was on the list? How does that work with the budget?
So federal grants are not included in the budget.
Gotcha.
It's like,
Superfluous money.
no, it's not. So the way that the BUSD does it, I don't think it's the same across the board. Like you would think there would be a income and then expense, right?
Yeah.
But that's not how it works with the BUSD. It's not off books, but it's kind of off books.
Right. It's kind of to the
Federal.
side.
Yeah. Which is, I mean, it's in the audit, but it is kind of weird how the budgeting process is. It makes you feel really uncomfortable about the budget because we're spending all this extra money, but it's not like right there. You have to like look for it and ask for it.
Ask for it.
Because I think the budget was 57 million. Isn't that what the 57 million? Let me go back up. 57 million, but we're expending about 60 million.
Nice. That makes a whole lot of sense.
It does. Burlington School District is getting almost $4 million. That's a lot of money. AOE's getting 1.6.
There you go. Everybody's getting all this money but me.
Yeah, all this money not going to us.
Why can't they slide me a couple 20s?
Well, do you have a nonprofit? Oh, wait. The nonprofits have gotten the axe on a lot of stuff. So you got to be a nonprofit in Vermont to get money. Foreshadow for a future thing that's on here. A judge has ruled the defendant in the shooting of the 3 Palestinian students in Vermont can pursue an insanity defense, allowing the mental health to play a central role in the case. The suspect, Jason Eaton, is accused of shooting the students in Burlington and the incident that drew national attention. The court's decision means jurors will hear arguments about Eaton's mental state at the time of the shooting. The case continues to move forward as both sides prepare for trial. So, do you remember this?
Can't say I remember it specifically.
I mean, it was a huge dust up. Well, obviously, it wasn't a dust up. That didn't sound. It was a huge national conversation because people thought it was race motivated,
yeah,
which it very well could be. I don't remember the details. It's weird that it's taken this long for him to get the court, right? Like we're talking about, what was it, 2022, I think it was.
Wow.
Like that should have been like a lot quicker.
I feel you feel like it.
He should be in jail.
Right.
He really should be in jail. And if he's mentally unstable, he should be in a facility that doesn't allow him out in the public. You shouldn't be able to. It's not okay. Not okay. Our criminal system sucks. Just going to throw that out there.
But for honestly crazy people, we can't just throw them in jail. They need to be in a different spot.
I mean, yeah. Yes.
We need a
Well,
mentally crazy jail.
I mean, how does that work?
I
Like,
don't know.
you know, are you insane? So you can be found insane. And I don't know, folks. So don't listen to me for, any sage advice on this. For me, it's a struggle. Like, so I guess there's temporary insanity,
Right.
which I mean, I struggle with that too. Like, so if I were to get drunk, right?
Mhm.
And I was totally bombed, I'm obviously not sane,
Right.
right? And I do something inappropriate. Should I still go to jail for it? And I would say yes.
Yeah.
I mean, you look at
Because
DUIs.
that's temporary.
Yeah, but it's temporary insanity. I mean, the guy was obviously capable enough
To shoot people.
to do things, and also was capable enough to shoot someone.
Right.
Right. Like I don't know.
Yeah. It's kind of. But if he is truly like, insane, I don't think jail's a good spot for you.
Yeah, I mean, I guess.
I don't know.
I mean, I don't know what the definition is.
Me either.
So I worked for Washington County Mental Health years and years and years ago, and I worked with people that were developmentally delayed. If they were to commit a crime, I would say, yeah, no, there's
stuff going on.
there's something different there. But this to me feels a little bit different. Like, I think he was working, right? If you can get a job, I don't know. I'm going to move on because I'm just not, I just don't know enough about it.
Yeah.
So recovery in Barre's North End remains stalled as residents and officials grapple with overlapping challenges from repeating flooding, a housing shortage, and a lack of funding. Local leaders in Barre City say progress has been slow due to denied or delayed financial support needed to rebuild. The situation has left properties in limbo and slowed efforts to bring people back into stable housing. It underscores how difficult long-term recovery can be when multiple crises collide at once. So this is really disappointing, what's been happening with the North End. And I've talked to ACCD about it. They really want to help Barre out with the North End. The application that was denied because they couldn't give it to Barre because of the requirements of the application. And it's supposed to be a housing, increase housing. And the application that we submitted was not that. It was just fixing up current houses, which one could argue, like, why aren't we doing that? And the answer is that the state doesn't want to fix housing in the floodplain. And it's really unfortunate. And on top of that, the city's not buying out the properties. And that's really unfortunate, because people are living in the floodplain. They want out and they can't get out because the city won't buy the property. And it just goes to show why it's so important for us to get Prospect Heights moving.
Right.
Because it's all about the grand list. And, although one could contend that taking a $40,000 hit in taxes to benefit the people that have been flooded multiple times on the North End, I am sure that if posed to the public on that question, they would take a tax increase. My guess is they would be willing to sacrifice $10 a year. That would be my guess. to help out the people that have been flooded out so many times. Could be wrong.
How many houses are we talking about?
I think there were 60. I mean, it's a large amount of houses that
Right.
has an impact.
Yeah. No, I was just thinking, do you think if it was a lower number of houses, the city would have thought differently?
Well, they did do some buyouts. They just didn't buy out all of them.
All of them. So they did selective buyouts.
Correct. And there's just people there that really want to move on with their lives and they can't.
Right.
And yeah, maybe that's the answer, is put it to vote.
Maybe. I just try to see both sides.
Yeah, no. I mean, my guess is, though, if you put that on the ballot, just as like that's actually a really good idea now that I'm thinking about that. Put it on the ballot for like November. If you are willing to increase your taxes, knowing that Prospect Heights is coming, which will then add to the grand list, but you will be responsible, the taxes will go up for a certain amount of time.
To buy out the houses.
Yeah. I'm willing to bet you that that very city would step up on that level. I don't know. Drop it in the comments what you guys think. So David White, who was one that was that Digger was speaking to, I kind of feel sorry in a way for anyone else, but I don't know what else I can do. I can't rely on my state. I can't rely on my city officials because they've all failed miserably. Yeah, that's a pretty sad statement. And I would definitely agree that we have failed our North End. I think of the CHIP program that we talked about last year, which is it was a TIF like program, and it left my committee with the ability to fix houses in the floodplain due to flood fixes, and by the time it hit the floor in the house, it was gone.
It was dead.
Yeah, that particular part was gone, so you can't use it to lift up houses, which is really unfortunate. So yeah, I mean, he's not wrong.
No,
he's not wrong, and really sorry about that. Susan says, not sure what to think. Could go either way. Yeah, we'll see. Hopefully something happens. All right. So the foreshadow that I did earlier, it's now here. VT Digger reports that Representative Debbie Dolgan of St. Johnsbury, Republican, has been helping shape landlord-tenant law while she and her husband, Steve Dolgan, own about 36 rental units in Northeast Kingdom. Steve previously testified in the House General and Housing Committee that Vermont's eviction process takes too long, #truth. And Debbie later introduced a bill to shorten notice periods for evictions. The article also details how they pursue unpaid rent and damages in small claims court. Oh no, including before former Assistant Judge Roy Vance, who resigned after concerns over unlawful arrest warrants in debt cases. Dogan says her experience as a landlord is an asset, which it is, not a conflict, while critics question whether lawmakers should be writing laws that could directly affect their own business interests, which is phenomenally funny because the people that are critics are probably nonprofits that are like perverse in that state house.
Right.
And I just, So I think there's like 19 reps that have land that are landlords.
Yep.
And to say that I'm actually really disappointed with this article because it's saying that she has a conflict and she doesn't. She's representing a constituency. And to sit there and say that was kind of like icky on VT Digger's behalf. I'm a little disappointed by that. Because when you go and you look at those financial disclosures,
There you go.
you get people that work for Gun Sense Vermont. Okay. All the nonprofits and lobbyist groups.
Yeah.
There's people in that state legislature that work for them.
Yeah.
Right. Hunger Free, all the nonprofits, and nobody complains about their activity, but yet a landlord who wants to fix a problem that is very, very evident in our state.
Yeah.
You can't get rid of somebody when they're a problem in your house. And good on her for taking them to small claims court.
Yeah.
When you trash someone's property, you should be responsible. I'm
Definitely.
sorry.
No, you should.
My opinion.
Yeah.
And if you don't want to rent, you know what you can do?
You can own.
You can own. You can go to Fectos and you
Yeah.
could buy a home.
We should have one of the people who sit in the back.
Have them
some
come
of it.
on and talk about the
Yeah.
horrors that they've experienced. Oh my. That would be, they have some horror
The
stories.
housing association or
The Landlords Association. Yeah. They have some horror stories for sure. But if you want to avoid the landlord tenant thing, you can always buy a house from Fectos.
Fecto Homes.
802-229-2721 or email sales@fectohomes.com.
There you go.
There you go. Vermont Vehicle Emissions Repair Program could lose funding under the proposed state budget, raising concerns about its future. The program helps low and moderate income drivers pay for repairs needed to pass emissions inspections, but lawmakers are weighing cuts as they try to balance the budget. Supporters say the program is important for both environmental goals and helping working families stay on the road. Without funding, more drivers could struggle to afford repairs and remain compliant with state requirements. Or you could get rid of state inspections. Could do that.
Yeah.
Then you don't have to worry about it. Except for we wouldn't hit our goals. And then, because our legislature in its infinite wisdom, under the supermajority, passed a bill that would allow people to sue the government for not hitting the goals.
Yep.
I don't know what to say. Stupid. Yeah. I guess I don't know anybody. Do you know anybody that's received government money to fix their emissions?
No.
Neither do I. Pop it in the comments if you know anybody. Not who it is, but if you've heard anybody use that program. Nothing?
No, I wish I'd gotten that money.
Well,
Is that like when my Subaru turns off by itself at a stop sign?
no,
Oh.
that's annoying.
Yeah, it's super annoying.
You can I know for a Jeep, you can buy a little thing that you plug into it and it turns it off permanently.
That's good because I keep hitting the button.
Yeah, because I think that's what I'm going to do eventually. I'm going to get one where it just automatically stops that from happening.
Gotta be gotta be something you can do.
Yeah. Well, you can always bring your car if it's having, inspection issues. Yeah. And Susan says, nope, never heard of anyone getting money to fix emissions. So I would love to know who's getting the money for that.
Me too.
'cause
Maybe they can
it's
slide me
something I've
some.
never heard of. And if there's money that's being used in the budget and I haven't heard about it, I'm wondering where that money's going. Because I don't know anybody that's gotten the emissions grant money. But if you want it fixed, you can always bring your vehicle to Vermont Quick Loop and Car Wash of South Barre, which is open on Saturdays. They do oil changes, inspections, brakes, tires, and system flushes. I don't think they do emissions, actually. I don't know. But you should call them at a number that I don't have here. Oh, that's really embarrassing. I don't have that number. But you can go up there. They're from Saturdays from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. and Tuesday through Friday from 7:30 to 5 p.m.
There you go.
There you go. Vermont has received another $22 million from tobacco settlement funds, but critics say almost none of it is being used to help people quit smoking. I mean, let's be honest. If they quit smoking, the money goes down.
Right.
You won't get the money. It's one of those like catch-22 issues, right?
Yeah. You quit smoking, they don't get any money. They keep, yeah.
It's a nice revenue stream,
Right.
even though it's killing people. The
Slowly.
money is part of a national settlement with major tobacco companies. It's largely going into states' general fund instead of targeted cessation programs. Health advocates argue this misses the opportunity to reduce smoking rates and long-term healthcare costs. The situation is renewing debate over how the state prioritizes and spends settlement money. $22 million.
They can't just move that money into the drug recovery.
Well, the Vermont opioid settlement structure,
Yeah.
that does go to opioid abatement special fund, which helps with, dealing with opioid issues.
At least it's doing something.
Yeah. I mean, the 22 million is going into the general fund. It's helping out. So I don't know.
Should go into the pothole
I'm
fund.
not, yeah. I think it's going into like healthcare and a bunch of other places. It's even going, there is some secession money that's done, but it's mainly, I think the majority of it was like some Medicare. So, I mean, it's kind of related. But there is, so we have a sponsor that does do, if you want to buy your stuff, I don't want to say it because I don't want to get dinged on Facebook.
Oh.
But they have that and other stuff at a convenience store. It's
Nice.
the Gunner Brook Market in Delhi. They're more than just a stop. They're a neighborhood spot. To celebrate, they're inviting people to connect, say hello, and be part of something fun. Our community raffle is on. Stop by, meet the team, and enter for a chance to win some awesome prizes. A smart TV, a Breville juicer, Samsung soundbar, gazebo tent, and a digital photo frame.
Nice.
You gonna go up there?
Sure.
Whether you're grabbing a
Well.
bite, stocking up, or just popping in to check us out, we'd love to see you at 339 East Montpelier Road, Barre, Vermont. So that's right past the cemetery.
Right.
And you can also call them at 802-476-5560.
I was just up there, what was it? Not this weekend. It was last weekend when I played bingo. Went right by there.
Oh, you did?
Yep.
You played bingo at
Canadian Club.
Canadian Club.
It was for that St. Monica's fundraiser thing.
You should have stopped in at Gunner
Should
Brook.
have.
Missed opportunity.
Yep.
Gas prices have jumped overnight to their highest level since 2022, with drivers across the country seeing a sharp increase at the pump. Analysts point to the rising oil prices and seasonal demand as key factors behind the spike. The sudden jump is hitting commuters. The sudden jump is hitting commuters and businesses alike, especially as summer travel approaches. Experts warn that prices could remain volatile in the coming weeks. When's the last time you filled up?
I didn't fill up today, but I put $30 in my Crosstrek.
$30.
It got me mostly to full.
Yeah, I fill up and it's like $70 in the Jeep.
Yeah.
It's not good. It's really bad.
I have to talk I really want one of the big Broncos, not the small ones. I really want the big one.
The
But
big Broncos.
Right. I have to tell myself that driving the Crosstrek right now is really good. So I keep having to remind myself about the gas prices and why I drive a little Crosstrek.
Yeah.
Because it's only $30.
I have a very expensive vehicle with my gas. Not nearly as expensive as a 18-wheeler. And
Oh, I can't even imagine what the gas bill is.
No. But if you want to know, you could get your license.
Mhm.
And if you want to get your license, you could go to Giroux General Transport. The new CDL classes starting May 26th, 2026. So that's Tuesday, May 26th, evening classes, 4 p.m. to 9 p.m. And if you're interested, call 802-279-3325. Make sure you book your spot to get your CDL.
I wonder what their passing rate is.
I don't know. You could call 802-279-3325 and find out. Various city officials are considering a tax-funded plan to tackle worsening pothole damage on local roads. City leaders say aging infrastructure and repeated freeze-thaw cycles have made road conditions worse, driving up repair costs. The proposal would use taxpayer funding to accelerate repairs and prevent further deterioration. Officials are weighing how to balance the need for better roads with the impact on property taxes.
This is fantastic.
Is it?
We talk about roads one weekend and everybody's now talking about it.
Yeah.
Look at us changing the conversation. This is great.
It is great. It is.
We're impacting the community.
We are. It's all on us.
Yeah, it's really amazing.
Or it also could be like, the mayor getting frustrated with the potholes, which he has been. And so before he became mayor, the amount of money that was put into roads was less, and he's upping the amount, which, comes with financial, right? Like taxes, it's not good, but sometimes you got to fix that.
It's fantastic. I love it.
Listen, I'm not going to lie to you. I own a Jeep, so, bumpy roads is not that big of a deal. To me, it's like dodging potholes in Barre is like a fun sport. Is that what you do?
Yep.
Yeah. I was doing that on South Main. It's not funny. It really does irritate me, but I was on South Main Street and I was like dodging it. And this car was obviously irritated with me. And they pulled up on the side and they passed me. And I'm like, ooh, I hope you bottom out.
Right.
Because I was like just trying to avoid the potholes. It's sketchy. And then if you hit the pothole, you break your vehicle, you go bring it to Ruthier's Auto Sales.
There you go.
See? It's like driving through a minefield. That's what Susan says. But if you hit one of those mines, you bring your vehicle to Ruthier's, they'll fix you all up.
There you
go. And they have, and you can reach out to them and schedule an appointment. 802-622-0080. You could also buy one of their new cars.
There you go. Trade your broken one in for a new one.
You might have to.
Yeah. The potholes these days.
It's true. I'm all done.
But we're getting them fixed.
We are. Anything else?
Nope.
No? You don't want to talk about that?
Nope. If you want to talk about it, you can get canceled.
No way. Oh man. Yeah, I thought there was something else that I was some reason it's not, I can't find it here. Oh, yes.
Uh-oh.
Now I found it. I grazed over it. No, we're not going to talk about the other thing. On April 16th, 2026, officers from Berlin Police Department received 3 additional reports of damage to windows at the Berlin Mall and to a vehicle parked in the Berlin Mall parking lot. Based on the timing of the incidents and relative location of the Fox Run apartments and Chestnuts, talk about what you are afraid to talk about. It's not that I'm afraid to talk about it. Okay, we were talking about there was a situation where it was this weird relationship between a teacher and a student, and we were reading the comments, which were not appropriate. That's all. They were just.
It's a G-rated podcast.
Yeah, it's a G-rated podcast. You can look it up and look up the comments on it. It was kind of interesting. We'll just say that. It was a 25-year-old lady, married lady, that was involved with a 17-year-old boy, and the comments were interesting. But back to this 18-year-old. Yes. Susan's like, okay, I understand. On April 16th, 2026, we went through that.
Rocks.
The damage to the mall's window and door valued over $5,000.
Holy
the damage
moly.
to the vehicle was valued at $500. The youthful offender has been issued a citation to appear in the Vermont Superior Court. You want to know how old the youthful offender is?
18.
18 years old.
Nice.
I love the comments on this post. Deborah says, and July 2nd. I don't know why in July. Oh, because it was from a previous situation as well.
Mm-hmm.
And Zach says, talk to the legislature if you're going to be upset. Legislature made this change in their view because of the brain doesn't fully develop for young adults until around, I want to say 26. I'd say sometimes it's older, but actually I'm going to go lower with the purposes of this. I think 22. And the fact is he's correct. Legislature, and I tried to amend a law to get rid of the youthful offender law, failed. It was Republicans all voted to get rid of the youthful offender, raise the age.
Yeah.
And I wasn't even not even 18 years old.
Right.
I was going for like, how about 19 not be a youthful offender? I was coming halfway, and the legislature was having none of it.
None of it.
The Democrats, the Republicans were like, yes,
Please.
get rid of this. Do not raise the age. And I can kind of see the 18 if you're still in school.
Yes.
Sure.
We talked about it last weekend, I
Yeah.
think. If you're 18.
If you're 18,
Fine.
okay, fine. But, at the end of the day,
$5,000 in windows?
you'd be didn't we talk about this?
Not the window market, no.
You didn't?
No.
When I was younger, I had a BB gun. My dad gave me a BB gun and did not supervise me with it.
Oh.
And I was near a junkyard.
Oh, nice.
Let me just tell you, windows on cars shatter amazingly.
Oh, we talked about that.
Yes.
Yeah, I remember that story. But in the
Yes.
mall, $5,000. Holy moly.
Yeah. Windows add up real quick.
And I guess their size, maybe.
Yeah.
The size of the window.
Depending on the window size, it could be pretty expensive. Carolyn says, if you can vote at 18, you can pay the price of your bad choices. Do the crime, pay the time. Love it. And then Briona, I will never understand how an 18 you can go fight for the country, but still be charged as a youthful offender. And Susan says, back in the 70s, 18-year-old was treated like an adult. How things have changed. 100% accurate. Some things need to change back.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I know how to fix that problem, but not everybody's going to want to vote that way.
Right.
All right. Nothing?
Nothing.
Got nothing.
Got
All
nothing.
right. Well, everyone, thank you for watching. And we'll see you next week. Barry beat out. Peace.